2014, she had a severe cancer
no. I completely forgot to get your audio. Welcome, you two. I may have not just realized that I was not capturing Vera's audio this entire time. I'm gonna keep the beginning part in just cause, you know, dumb me. But congrats. You will not be able to hear. You want to do your intro again since nobody heard you the first time?
The lab rat vtuber, finance and drama. I talk about comics too. I've seen this video once before. I'm still very confused.
Alright, I have not seen the video. Well, I've seen part of it now, because, you know, we watched a little bit into it before we realized, oh, my audio's not tracking. How nice.
Yeah.
We made it about...
Let's establish
Sorry, go ahead.
that this is the... Let's establish that this is the hoodie man from the Mandela catalog.
Oh, you want that to be a testament of the thing, that this man looks like the home intruder from Mandela County.
Yeah. It's distracting to me that he has his hoodie up the whole video.
Anyways, I watched up to 7 minutes of this, so I know about 7 minutes of this information. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. You know, we've seen the beginning part.
So this video is going to focus around one instance of essay. I wanted to put all the essay allegations into one video, part 3. Final video until Jimmy responds, at least. I sort of overestimated how easy that would be.
Let's skip to the beginning of the explanation.
Yeah,
we already watched this. I know you guys are gonna hate this, but we watched this already, okay?
I'll give you the summary. There's gonna be more stuff in the new video. I was gonna put everything in part 3, and then that didn't happen. So here's part 2.5.
Covering Mrbeast's secret CEO, James Warren, and his involvement in SA and SA cover-ups, like the one including his best friend, LaKoya Hill, who also happens to be Mrbeast's secret chief operating officer, or was. And then I want to touch on the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. Mrbeast has very publicly and transparently been engaging in a massive cover-up, deleting a lot of evidence, and I think a lot of this cover-up is going sort of completely under the radar. We're not even aware of what's being swept under the rug, and they're getting away with hiding and deleting evidence. After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down. So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO, and I say secret because, you know.
What's up?
With the deleting thing, I'll just summarize what we said before. It's basically the deleting comments is especially important for his child audience who may or may not actually be following the drama. So keeping the people in his general area unaware of events is probably part of it, and then also trying to get rid of evidence of things like him potentially knowing about Chris and things like that.
You're summarizing great, but we're not in that part of the video yet. This is the other guy.
That's what he just said.
No, this is we brought this up when we went up to what's the word? This one.
He just talked about that.
Did he? No, it was the other one.
He just talked about that.
Am I dumb? Oh my god, he did talk about it. What's wrong with me? Did I not just register this information?
Yeah, that's why I was. Hey, let's probably summarize that real quick.
Whoa! My brain just had I have a gap in my brain memory. What the fuck?
I know you had a brain fart.
No, I just feel like I don't remember him covering this.
Let's be fair, it's like 2 sentences. Maybe like a paragraph.
I'm just gonna move on and pretend that didn't happen.
Girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically.
Okay, so basically, I was saying that he probably shouldn't have put this part into the video about the court case until if he knew it was actually this James Warren and not some random Joe Schmo James Warren, because he doesn't know if it actually is this guy or not.
All right, we continue.
That
Yes.
surprise witness on YouTube, she's been super helpful in like behind the scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests and just helping me out a lot in general. She's super nice, super smart. She'll be posting a lot of updates on her channel, as she has been about the Mrbeast situation.
Mrbeast video caused a military operation.
James Warren, also
Huh?
allegedly an ex-drug addict. I've heard that he offered cocaine and hookers to editors to stay late. And then the really big thing is
Mm.
that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay. I'm still actively looking into this incident, so if you have information, let me know. But I've heard from multiple credible sources that this is true and this did happen. Also, I should quickly clarify that a
Mm.
lot of this investigation is allegedly. That's sort of the nature of these instances. I have a lot of testimony, corroborating testimony, but the reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light. Like after the Jake Weddle interview got posted, which was all mostly testimony, people came out corroborating a story, and then ultimately Jimmy
Yeah.
ended up apologizing and offering him $190,000, which to me I think is most likely an admission of guilt. You don't apologize for things that you didn't do. So anyway, I just want to get that out of the way. But what's not allegedly is that James Warren is the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate investment firm
Oh,
called
right. We're
Greenstone
gonna go
Ventures
over this. Right.
LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment
The
of his former
scheme.
business partner,
The Ponzi
Joshua
scheme.
Hutchins,
Yep.
who was sentenced
Do you want me to
to
explain a
10 years
Ponzi
in
scheme again?
prison for running a
You know what? I know what it is now, but for the viewers that don't know, would you mind explaining what a Ponzi scheme is?
Okay, so a Ponzi scheme is when let's say that there's this investing company, they're like, hey, give us money and we'll give you money back. So you give them some money. However, they do not actually use that money to buy something that would actually make that money to give to you, like say real estate. Instead, they buy like cars or just other or buy into other projects that they're interested in and do not give you the actual service that they said. And new people, they just keep on doing this to new people to get more and more money until eventually they run out of money and then it implodes. It's also described as robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's basically just a little money cycle until you run out. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you for your explanation. Let us continue.
real estate
I know I have been mostly quiet, but trust me. Well, I mean, I was in my other cut. I was just eating while this was happening. So,
Wait,
uh,
is it? Are you gonna include the part where the rice got up your nose, or are you
well,
not gonna include that?
well, now that you bring it up, am I gonna have to add it in? I don't know. Right? I sneezed. I was eating some rice in my food. It went up my nose. It was a whole ordeal. I'm
Ye-
not. Oh, since we're talking about irrelevant topics, I got my first
Yeah.
hater.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
I can't say those words on YouTube.
Oh, one of those.
I do have some
Great.
screenshots, not of the worst things. I blocked them. I should have took some more screenshots, but I woke up the
Yeah.
other morning with a couple messages, and I was like, "Oh, this made me smile." I was like, "Oh, look at that! Somebody wasting their time off their lives to just hate on me."
Oof.
It's funny to me. All right, I appreciate
Mhm.
I appreciate you taking the time out that you hate on me. It's not gonna affect me in any way, but it's funny. It's just funny to me.
After the video, you'll have to show me those.
I just sent them to you.
Oh, wow, okay. Wow.
This is not the worst part. I didn't take screenshots of it. He did more after I banned him off my Discord. But
Why does he look familiar? Oh, that's why he looks familiar, because he was on your Discord. Okay.
didn't say a word. Just
Eh?
just did that to me randomly one day, and I was like, I won't put it in the front. We should probably move on. But
What
yeah,
the?
yeah.
I have so many questions. Okay, let's get back to the video.
I didn't know either. I was like, huh?
Estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
So before working at Mrbeast, James Warren was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts.
Actually, he looks like less like the stranger. He looks more like fucking Adam.
Oh, yeah, he does look like Adam. Yes, he does. Even has like the hair. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he looks like
It's lighter, but
fucking
still.
Adam, and I hate Adam, but he looks like fucking Adam. Now, me and Adam got beef. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Me and Adam got beef.
Yeah, that's great.
this case, this is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins. I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, I came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. The chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate agent. He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record and how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. On the next page, page 16, she testifies, my trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial. Many of us entrusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just $1.3+ million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts. So Hutchins was convicted for soliciting investment monies by telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses. Now, what kind of personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a domestic violence order of protection against him. He's accused of calling his wife a lying rat and sending menacing photos of himself in tactical gear in the woods to her friends and family. Again,
this is the assault on my people, or the slander against my people.
Slander against my name.
and according to Sylvia's testimony, James Warren.
No, all rats are liars, right?
Yeah.
Represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. She continues on page 17. James Warren, the then realtor who recommended me to Hutchins, also encouraged us to work with Mr. Hutchins on trying to make it work, and we did until it became very evident as to his apparent intent of complete fraud. So James appearing to sort of try to mediate this exchange, saying, hey, give him a chance, don't pursue him, don't sue him, just make it work, right? The real losses due to fraud are evident. Financially, he's devastated my retirement. I can only hope and thank the good Lord that I have a brain to be able to function and try to earn back as much as possible. The impact, over $1.3 million in real losses. These are not, I got a piece of property, it was all fraud. She goes on to describe her financial troubles through the years, supporting her mother who had Alzheimer's disease, how in the crash of 2008, she lost her job and for 2 years was unemployed. In 2014, she had a severe cancer diagnosis, was out of work for over a year. She continues, in spite of all that, I've lived very frugally and tried to make things work. I've made him know of all my history, and I told him I could not take the risk. He and James Warren, the then realtor, stated, oh, real estate. She goes on to describe how they presented it as a safe investment opportunity for her, and then James Warren's business partner defrauded her of $1.3 million. Now, can I claim definitively that James Warren was aware of the fraud that was taking place and willingly complicit in helping Mr. Hutchins defraud old ladies? No, but from what I've heard of James Warren's character, how he's hit ex-girlfriends, not let them leave the house, beat his dog, defrauded people in his own ways. Creative Juice is an interesting one that could be looked into, which was done with Mr.
I feel like he needs to expand on these a lot. I don't know if there's that strong of evidence on some of these, or he at least might need to show some more stuff. So the one that we spent a lot of time on, the Ponzi scheme, is his business partner defrauded people for at least 1.3 million, and the question is whether or not he knew and was part of the fraud. He was never prosecuted that way, and we have no real evidence either way other than he was the COO. I'm not sure if he was the COO as the it sounded like maybe he was the COO as the fraud was happening. I'm not super sure, but I guess that's the general is that he might be involved in fraud because his friend was involved in fraud. And he referred the lady to the friend who then defrauded her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to me at
I guess
least.
there's a lot of information.
Yeah. 2000. I mean, yeah, 2021. God damn.
Oof.
Feels like yesterday. Anyways,
Beast, as well as another scheme that we'll get into that he conducted with LaKoya Hill. I personally believe that when he was working with Mr. Hutchins, he was in similar company. I think the COO of acquisitions would know and be sort of responsible for
Oh.
properties not being properly acquired through the court system. But again, that's my opinion. That's all
Huh.
allegedly. Now on to his alleged best friend, LaKoya Hill. They
I
both
don't know
went
about
to
that.
UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, LaKoya Hill was running an adult entertainment event business in San Francisco called LaKoya Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to Mrbeast as a
you
producer.
couldn't scroll a little higher, bro.
Our party evolved into this place where, you know, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the like posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I believe adults should be able
Oh
to do
my
whatever they
God.
want. However, I question
Yeah.
what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for children. Well, you know, it'd also be weird if
Yeah.
Mrbeast hired Johnny Sins as the janitor, I guess. That's
Who?
not the real issue, though. The issue is that in
Johnny Sins.
Who?
There's no way
Is it
good
an
to put
adult
it.
thing?
That just
Is
we're
it
just
an
gonna move
adult
on.
thing?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
But yeah,
it.
one complaint I have about this video is how much I need to look at half-naked men because we're going to be staring at this for a while, and then we also have an almost naked Mrbeast too, so that's fun.
late 2021, he was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now, I put fired in quotation marks because
Huh?
he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company, which was Unilingo at the time. Here is proof that he used the LaKoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to
Huh.
him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first video, his YouTube channel mysteriously got deleted. And at some point, his Twitter also got deleted. I don't know if that's when he sexually assaulted his assistant. I don't know if that's after my first video got posted. Either way, Booty Call Wednesdays are canceled. He was actually brought back to Mrbeast in
Oh my
2023
God.
after sexually assaulting his assistant prior, and promoted to Chief Financial Officer, which is how I personally was introduced to him. Here's some evidence from the internal Slack channel at Mrbeast showing LaKoya Hill acting in some COO capacity, saying there's news reporters outside, do not engage with them. This was shortly after the Time magazine article came out. So here I have a document showing testimony from former Mrbeast employees talking about LaKoya Hill. When I say verified former Mrbeast employee, I had them send some form of proof. I know who some of these people are. They just want to remain anonymous, but you know, I'm willing to share this with like an independent third party if it needs to happen. Personally, I don't think Mrbeast is going to deny sort of this LaKoya Hill story that I'm going to show you. But here's the first testimony, and I'll say this person is especially credible in my opinion. I asked them, did you see or hear of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. LaKoya Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant named victim's name. I heard LaKoya acted very inappropriately with victim, booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having victim come to his house and showing him his sex toy collection. Just in general, LaKoya made victim uncomfortable. Victim started complaining to higher-ups and a report got written. LaKoya was put on paid leave for like a month. Then Mrbeast moved him to the dubbing company and he was hired back in 2023 and was promoted to COO, even though Jimmy, James, and Sue 100% know his history. Also, I heard that when
Okay.
Victim was let go, he was given $30,000 in severance. I could
Huh.
get you
30K
Victim's number. I don't know if he'd
severance.
talk. I respond, yeah, that'd be great. Also, is there proof he moved to the dubbing company? I could look. It was the original dubbing company called
Okay.
Unilingo. Mr. Beast practically forced them to hire LaKoya, and then they poached Unilingo's employees and copied their whole business and created Creator Global. Verified employee number
Huh.
2.
So
Ask them the same
wait.
question.
So
Are you
far,
having
Whoa.
sexual?
so so far we have sexual harassment confirmed by that testimony, if that's true. But when does the assault come in, or does he just mean harassment? Because not does it mean just harassment. Like harassment's bad. Regardless, this is bad. But I don't know where he's pulling the assault from. Hmm.
I was more
That's it.
distracted by the poaching of employees and stuff, but
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Was kind of the company. They say yes. I don't know how to spell their name, but LaKoya, something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. I respond LaKoya Hill. They say the reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, LaKoya Hill. But they brought him back knowing he
Okay.
had sexually harassed an employee previously. And people often talk about LaKoya making them very uncomfortable on shoots. Verified employee number 3.
Okay.
I'm looking into more accusations of sexual misconduct at the company, wondering if there's anything you could corroborate. Have you heard of anything about
I
LaKoya Hill?
wonder if Mr. Beast is trying to find out who these employees are.
Probably. I I wouldn't see why not.
The biggest who snitching? Who snitching?
Yeah.
Hill. They respond, the old
Hmm.
gay guy who likes to bang 18-year-old straight employees. Yeah, I've heard of him. Anything
Huh.
non-consensual to your knowledge? I heard he got in trouble for hooking up with his 18-year-old straight assistant, but the company kept it quiet from what I heard. He's a producer and worked in the adult entertainment before Mr. Beast. Yeah, LaKoya Hill Entertainment. I heard
Okay.
he was fired for sexual harassment, then brought back a year later. That's what I heard too.
Okay.
Employee number 4. Do you know who LaKoya Hill is?
There's no
Yes.
assault so
And you're
far.
aware of the case that has been covered up for some time. Explain. Essayed multiple people, apparently roofied multiple people as well. Verified employee
Do,
number 5. I'll
do you
also
have
say
evidence
this
of that?
person is especially credible, but they worked there a while ago, like 2020, 2021, around then. Okay, few things. LaKoya sexually assaulted his assistant who was straight and LaKoya was gay. You probably already know that. But James is best friends with him, so holy shit, was that surprising that they kept him around way longer than they should have. There were reports of him making the assistant sleep in the same room/bed with him on trips, touching him inappropriately, and dangling his job in front of him. Employee number 6, did you hear anything about LaKoya Hill? I heard that incident happened. I heard they let him go, and I heard they brought him back and just put him in a different department. And I don't know, but I think he's working there again. Now, recently, Mr. Beast has
Huh.
let LaKoya Hill go. They had this sort of leaked email where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and CEO,
Leaked emails. Somebody has access to. Alamao. I love the
Ooh.
rats. As much as it's not like all like a legend and all stuff. I love the fact that so many rats exist out there that are giving us in that information.
Right. But yeah, I think there have been theories that it's been purposefully leaked to try to make themselves look a little bit better. That, oh, look, we're making changes, guys. It's totally fine.
Wait, in what world does it look like that? In what world does it look like that and does not look? Oh shit, they're figuring it out. Get them out of here.
I mean,
You
I,
know, you know.
to some degree, I'm not saying that it necessarily like fixes things, but would you rather look like you're doing nothing with these guys, or would you rather like show yourself kicking them to the curb?
Yeah, but the whole point is you're kicking the curve because it's been brought to light that you have these guys. It doesn't redeem you in
Yeah.
any way. It just makes it look like you're just as bad as they are.
Yeah, regardless, they look bad.
You're,
It's just,
yeah.
but yeah.
right? Alluding to the fact that LaKoya Hill is no longer working there. Now, I have been open with Mr. Beast about the fact that I was going to cover LaKoya Hill. This is a single frame in my first video where I reference LaKoya. He's also in my Twitter header. And I've also just told people who work at Mr. Beast that they have to let
Hmm.
LaKoya Hill go. So they did what I wanted and let him go, right? Well, just on a whim, I decided to look into the Creator Global LinkedIn, and it had gone private to where everyone just shows up as a LinkedIn member, right?
Mm.
But I saw this L, LinkedIn member, president at Creator Global. I thought, you know what, that's a little suspicious. So
Oh, guys, and look into it. Very quick. Can you say something? Just say a sentence. Say a sentence.
I am saying a sentence right now. That is a sentence I am saying. We did more things to say. I am still talking. What else do I need to say? I don't know.
Let me see.
Okay. Am I good? Do I need to get closer to the mic?
No.
Further from the mic?
I'm fixing audio on
Other?
my end. That's irrelevant to the mic.
Okay.
So, all right. I need make a loud sound.
No, I don't know how to make a loud noise until I don't. Uh, uh, uh.
There you go. All right, that works. I'm just trying to keep your audio consistently at a level so I don't have to keep adjusting it. 'Cause sometimes you make noises that are very loud, sometimes you don't, and the thing keeps going up and down, and sometimes it hits red, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to go there. I put it down. But then when you're talking, your regular audio doesn't go that high. So then I'm like, oh, I need to adjust that, then to go higher. But then it's just going back and forth between that, and then I'm trying to adjust it so we could hear the audio.
I am a person of extremes.
I reached out to one of my connections close to Mrbeast and I said, hey, can you look into this account for me? Because sometimes if you have connections, you can see private LinkedIn accounts. And this is what they saw. LaKoya Hill, listed as
Okay.
the current president at Creator Global. No work
I think
history
this is
between
his strongest
graduating
point.
UNC in May 2001 and becoming the president at Creator Global in 2024. Dude, this is like the 3-cup game where you gotta like keep track of the pets and race as Mrbeast just moves them between companies.
They just sort of kept moving them
Mm.
around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld.
my
After it
God.
kills a trainer, they'll
Go
then move it up to Seattle.
Bert!
They don't give them their background.
I love him. He's one of my favorite comedians.
He's great.
Which I heard, Mrbeast or James Warren forced Unilingo to hire LaKoya as sort of part of their partnership without, sending them the report on his alleged sexual misconduct at the company. I also have a voice memo from James Warren showing that they told Unilingo to process a $28,000 bonus for LaKoya, which there's definitely something suspicious going on with that.
Hey buddy, it's James. Sorry to be bothering you. I've done my absolute best not to bother you. But LaKoya had presented a bunch of stuff to me and Jimmy a little bit ago. All really great stuff. But he had asked me and Jimmy personally, he's like, hey, can I have a $28,000 bonus for work I did in the past? And I'm like, yeah, of course, man. And the reason for that is I had brought him up to my level, and I don't take bonuses. So for like 2 years, he didn't get any bonuses when our guys were getting like crazy percentage bonuses. I need a favor. Sue cannot process this bonus through Beast. I need a solid.
Why
Can
not?
you please process a 28K bonus for LaKoya? Let me know. Bye.
And then they used LaKoya to try to steal Unilingo's business, poach their employees, take their clients, and then Mrbeast launched
Wow.
Creator Global, where LaKoya Hill is currently listed as the president. So that's LaKoya Hill. And that's just what I can put on the record. I will say that if Mrbeast tries to deny this, more evidence will be brought to light, and more people will definitely come out defending me, saying, hey, this is true. These allegations are true.
So far, this
Okay.
is kind of crazy. The fact that this person is been used as
Like a poaching mechanism, or
yeah.
him being a harasser, or
Both.
them just scooting him around like he's
Everything.
fine.
Interesting character. Has lots of lore.
I think the arguments against him are the strongest throughout the whole video, especially like the LinkedIn thing.
Yeah,
Like
because
the,
they
the
could see the things there and everything.
I find it funny that the Beast Media people keep on just, if we just put like a mask on it, no one will notice. Convicted sex offender, just put a mask on him. No one will notice.
Yeah.
This guy, just put a generic thing on him, and then people won't see his face, and no one will notice.
God, I'm still. God, don't bring up Delaware.
Yeah.
That was.
At some point, I need to look into Jake the Viking stuff because apparently he's like his brother-in-law or something.
Yeah, I've been to. I haven't touched it either.
Yeah.
this is all true. Allegedly, in my opinion, for legal reasons. Okay, now let's move on to the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. First, I'll show this testimony from another former Mr. Beast employee just to show sort of the work culture, especially from a female's perspective. She says, on my very first day, I was told to avoid being alone in a room with certain people in positions of power. At least once a week, I was subjugated to inappropriate questions and conversations. Once, a male coworker asked me what I would do if Jimmy assaulted or harassed me. On another occasion, this same coworker said it wasn't
What?
fair that women could just decide a past sexual encounter wasn't consensual. Many of the men I worked with would make assault and pet jokes on a daily basis. They would scream and hit walls when they got upset. The minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would fuck her. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their job. If you complain about any of this, you'll be shamed for being too sensitive or just ignored. You can't take anything to HR either because Jimmy's mom runs it. It's pretty common for people to essentially get
Wow.
paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough
Yeah,
noise.
that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's kind of
Oh,
it's been kind of seen that they've been keeping everything pretty much in the in this inner circle, so
yeah.
it's
But
not
going to his
surprising.
freaking mom.
I'm gonna go tell
What
your
if you have an HR problem with
mom.
him? Yeah, I'm gonna tell your mom on you.
Oh God, this is so unprofessional for such a big corporation.
Yeah, I feel like that might be one of the biggest issues with this company in general. It's just run very poorly, and then all these creeps keep on getting in.
Yeah, you summarized it pretty much.
About something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. If you ask for one or what the company's policies are, they just tell you to ask them and they'll let you know if anything is against the rules. But again, there's nothing in
Wh-
writing, which is true. The
Where
leaked
did?
document is just the production manual,
Oh,
not given to all employees. Here's another testimony. This person will go on the
okay.
record. This is Jess,
Because
who
if you
accused
remember,
Ava
the
Chris
no
Tyson
doesn't mean
of
no thing.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, the no doesn't mean no thing isn't the employee handbook. That's
For production
only
team.
for something else. It's only for the production team. It's not a all-encompassing employee handbook, I guess. Interesting.
sexual assault. I think her case has been sort of mostly ignored because she wasn't a minor when it happened. But she was a Mr. Beast
Mm.
employee, and you can see in her evidence and her communications with the company the clear signs of a cover up. You can see them like threatening
Okay.
her with legal action and emails and saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have a law firm investigate this." Well, they had one firm do an internal investigation, McGuire Woods LLP, the same law firm that sent me my first cease and desist. But then they hired, I guess, Harvey Weinstein's legal team, allegedly,
Oh.
to
Okay.
re-review everything. So I guess they weren't happy with the results of the first internal investigation. Also, yeah, this new law firm, Quinn Emanuel,
Okay.
Mr. Beast has worked with them previously, allegedly, to internally investigate LaKoya Hill's sexual misconduct. So why don't you make that report public, Jimmy? Anyway, here's Jess's testimony. I only hung out with Jimmy a handful of times, but he
All a
definitely was a
mess.
little more reserved around me because I wasn't a
Yeah.
part of his
All
inner
of this is
circle
just a
or
mess.
the
I'm not
boys'
gonna.
club, as it's called. I did hear Jimmy straight up
Yeah.
say that the guy making a documentary on him right now has footage of him saying stuff that would absolutely get him canceled. It's just a well-known thing the boys' club
Okay.
is misogynistic and looks down on women in the company despite what they might say publicly. Behind closed doors, the women in the company know that the culture is a problem. I have heard multiple stories of Jimmy
Okay.
being directly informed of SA happening at the company and proactively working to keep it quiet. So Jess directly implicating Jimmy in the SA cover-ups. LaKoya with an 18-year-old straight assistant.
Okay.
So she's one of the people corroborating that story. Ava told Jimmy about a time she was SA'd by another talent
I
member
didn't
on
know
a
about
private
that.
jet, and talent members/employees making advances towards contestants was a regular occurrence. The reason all this
It's
was
definitely not sure about that, but we've had like I think 7 different people all say the story at this point.
Well, their stories all vary slightly. It seems like they all agree on the sexual harassment. It's more only like 2 people say assault, and they don't seem as close to the source as the people who said harassment only, if that makes sense. I want to see I want to hear from the assistant himself. I think that would help a lot.
able to happen for so long.
Well, I don't know. I was like, well, hopefully we get a statement from them, but I don't know if we're gonna
Yeah.
get one. Though, because you watched the
I
videos.
mean, no, we don't get a statement here, but I'm saying like in general. But I'm also just kind of curious what the goal is, other than just somewhat hurting the brand. Because I wonder if they do have a plan for any type of like criminal investigation for any of this, or if it's just gonna be
I did see one
other.
title. It was like a minute long on Asmon's Gold channel, but I think this is going to court.
Okay.
We could look
Okay,
at
that
that
could
right after this, but it's like only like 2 minutes long.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but we'll cover that right after this.
Long is because Jimmy
Cool.
is deeply misogynistic and only respects what he considers to be traditional women. He pushed those values into
Huh?
the company when he created it, and it resulted in several SA allegations we know about, and probably a lot more we don't know yet. Which I will say, a lot of the SA allegations are still not public. Like, man, just fire James Warren and LaKoya Hill. Fire them, don't just move them around. Or I'm going to start dropping
Okay.
nukes. Anyway, I'm
What
going to
was
move
the
Maddie
nuke?
Spadell away from all this. I just want to touch on this briefly. So Maddie Spadell,
Did I miss something?
There was like he
Warren
went
and
really
LaKoya
quickly
Hill,
through like
fire them,
some
don't just move
Discord
them
thing.
around. Or I'm going to start dropping nukes. Anyway,
What?
I'm going to move Maddie Spadell away from all this.
He might have had
Yeah,
to
he
cut
doesn't
that
read
out.
it. Maybe.
Maybe
I
he's
don't
saving
know.
it.
But I think it's
Okay.
just threatening it.
Okay, let me see what we got here, right? You ever
Hmm.
heard of this case? What happened with this?
She looks familiar.
Alright, it's fine. If you don't
Um,
recognize it, don't worry about it. Wait, we're talking about the other day. Let's be clear. This has been my feelings. We
okay.
started a professional relationship along our friendship. I don't want to do anything sexual with each other. That's a dynamic we could be miscondued and unethical for me. I have a thing where I don't respect my body. Like today, person told me that he wanted to use my body and I didn't want to at the time, but I didn't want him to be upset or mad at me, so I let him. That's what happened. Ava Tyson. Okay. It's happened
Oh.
to me. It was a random. Blah 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 blah. Think about you
Hmm.
and not happen again. I think you should talk to blank so he can reassure you that A, this is a hectic shoot,
Okay.
that I don't really know what they're doing. With the PAs, they drop the ball constantly, and B, it happens to a blank a lot too. I'm sorry, this if there's anything working for you, completely understand. You can
Hmm.
rethink things that can work with you to make sure you're happy. You are an important person to me. I want you to be your friend. And if work relationship causes distress, I'd rather just focus on our friendship.
Hmm.
What is this referring to, though?
I don't know. It's Chris talking about something, and then okay, the picture
It's kind of
is of the Discord leaks and implying that Mr. Beast knew and was in the Discord where he was making sexual comments towards minors, where Chris was doing that.
okay. I feel like the bombshell that he's probably was gonna say, but cut out the video is probably something related to this message up here.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just like a teaser for another video or if it was
He,
actually meant to be in this video.
mm, well,
Because he keeps on doing teasers.
yeah, we'll
Nukes.
see.
Anyway, I'm going to move Maddie Spadell away from all this. I just want to touch on this briefly. So Maddie Spadell, who's Mr. Beast's very public ex-girlfriend of 2.5 years, posted this on her Instagram story. She doesn't mention Jimmy by name. It's sort of vague. I think probably either because she's under an NDA
Okay.
or maybe she's just testing the waters to see how people respond before sharing more information. But also, it's like not that vague if you have reading comprehension and can read context clues. She says she spent years being quiet, never acknowledging that time in her life. 19 to 21 are formative years, impacted how she saw herself and how she trusted men. Months of therapy. She says how he treats other women will ultimately be how he treats you. So how does Jimmy treat other women?
I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women.
Well, women are
Can we see the
stupid
clip?
because they're inferior to men.
That when she and a group of contestants who were men
What happened?
I don't like what he does here. 'Cause he just takes these very short out of context clips. And I feel like it weakens his argument by putting in like this kind of shit posting. And there's a way to do shit posting in serious videos well, but I feel like he's just not very good at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, not best of taste, considering how topics are. But I do get what he's trying to go for. Cause like Act Man does it a lot, and he does it really good. I don't know who you
I
know who
know what
that
he's
is.
trying to do. I just think he sucks at it. And I think it takes away from the video because he sucks at it.
Yeah.
Demonstrating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly, she had been told that it was not a medical emergency.
You'll never actually respect a woman, but just act like you respect them.
My God. Mrbeast withheld my birth control. I have ovarian cysts. You can't just stop taking birth control.
I don't really get along with women.
Also in this podcast, Jimmy goes on to talk about his relationship with his current girlfriend, Tia, in very weird ways, in my opinion.
For us now, like, an idea of a date is just to, like, take an IQ test and then study and see if we can get it higher. An idea of a date is just to, like, take an IQ test. And then she was like, I'm an author. And I was like, fuck yeah, good. She has a hobby. And then I just DM'd her. I was like, oh, so your book, can I read it? She sent it over, read the whole book, and it was just like acting like it was the greatest book ever. I don't really get along with women.
It's all of our jobs to protect our friends, our moms, our wives.
It wasn't funny.
But that was not well done.
It was really bad, right? Because I think it's just really distracting the way that he does it, because he sucks at it. He's just really bad at doing comedy drama. Right? He needs a different editor or something. He can't just... It seems like he should bring someone on board.
Yeah. Then again, he's not monetizing his videos. It's not like he's getting money to pay somebody out of this.
Yeah, but if he's doing like, oh, I'm public service exposing Mrbeast, it seems like a bunch of people are interested in that. And you can also, again, being somewhat cynical, you can have the, oh, I worked on the dog pack videos. You can use that and like your YouTuber resume that I helped out with exposing Mrbeast, you know?
Is that something to boast about, really, towards other people that don't want to be involved in this drama or this type of content?
I mean,
this type of towards that big of a tyrant? I feel like that would be more of a bad thing in your resume than a good. Not because it's a bad thing you're doing, but because of the person and how big they are and the influence on everything.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I feel like any type of attention is good attention in this type of industry, if that makes sense.
I guess they could just make like a Mrbeast employee and work for somebody else.
Yeah. Oh well.
Our sisters, our daughters, ourselves from people like that. That's a pretty clear statement, if you ask me. Now, I almost feel like there's been a campaign against Maddie Spadell to discredit her before she's even shared any information. A lot of like clout chaser and gold digger allegations. I'll say this is also from that Rolling Stone article. They referenced the breakup. The reporter says, you know, Maddie Spadell, who's appeared in a handful of videos, those in Mrbeast's inner circle told me that Spadell had been a positive influence, forcing Donaldson to prioritize work-life balance more. Donaldson did not want to comment on the record about the breakup, citing Spadell's privacy, yet Chris Tyson, says Donaldson's singular focus on work was a major contributing factor. I think that's what he's going to be looking for next. Somebody who can match his obsession with business and money and all that kind of stuff. So not a bad word to be said about Maddie Spadell from Jimmy or the people in his inner circle, which is pretty unusual.
So what they want is a workaholic psycho to match the workaholic psycho.
Yeah. Gonna build the empire.
I see.
Of an ex-girlfriend. I'll show some of the brain dead media coverage headed by Cuckstar and his news organization DRMalliVT. So here's just one of his many posts about Maddie. Thread of every time Mrbeast's ex-girlfriend allegedly shaded him, downplaying the clout-chasing claims against her. So let's see this extensive thread. One post of a TikTok where she says she was traumatized at 19. Why do you think that's about Jimmy, Keemstar? Allegedly complaining about Mrbeast fans. This is her most popular TikTok period with over 6.5 million views and was posted last year. And then DRMalliVT goes on to give one more example. And that's the end of the thread. So see her most popular TikTok seems to be alluding to her relationship with Mrbeast. And then she has hundreds of more TikToks where she never even tried to recreate the success of that first TikTok, right? Like if I'm her social media manager, I'm telling her, hey, post about Jimmy Moore. And she obviously knows that if she did that, she would get more views. And yet she doesn't do it. Hundreds of TikToks, About 30 of them are about Taylor Swift. Maybe 3 are about her ex-boyfriend of 2.5 years, which for a Swiftie, it's extremely low to post
You
only
know
3
what?
times
You
about your
have a
ex-boyfriend who's
point.
now
If it is a Swiftie, that's a
Yeah.
very small percentage, considering.
Yeah.
incredibly
only 30
famous.
videos?
So
Yeah.
if she was cloud
Yeah.
chasing, she's doing a horrible job at it. Now, Drama Alert, on the other hand, has posted more times in the past month about Maddie Spadell than Maddie Spadell has ever posted about Mrbeast.
Okay.
So I just wanted to address that because I think Mrbeast knows Maddie.
Huh.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe the jokes just don't hit you. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that was pretty funny to me in a way. But I also understand that if you don't know, you're gonna be looking at that so confused and be like, "Huh? What the fuck is that? That makes no sense."
I don't know if Keem is like. I haven't heard about Keem like going for bat for Jimmy a lot, but maybe is that what he's saying?
Pretty much,
Is that
but
what-
I don't know. This is definitely Gen Z coded. I will say that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like internet Gen Z, because I know a lot of people that are
Yeah.
just pretty normal. I'm not gonna say everybody's like that, because that would be dumb. But I'm saying this is very internet coded. That's a better explanation. It's
Yeah.
very internet coded.
Fair enough.
Maddie has nukes against him, and he's trying to discredit her. So let's look at this leaked email. This is from Mrbeast. It says, yesterday Dawson saved 100 billion. Whoa, guys, whoa. Guys, I don't know how that got there. That was the wrong email. I don't know how that got there. Yeah, so I've actually heard from pretty credible people.
Yeah, that's where he's implying that they probably released this on purpose.
Got there. That was the wrong email. Mrbeast says,
What? He's implying what?
He's implying that the email was leaked on purpose to Keemstar to try to make the company look better. That at least they got rid of these dudes. That's my understanding of what the joke's for.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
yesterday Dawson saved 100 billion. Whoa, guys, whoa. Guys, I don't know how that got there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was the
makes
wrong
sense.
email.
Okay.
I don't know how
okay.
that got there.
Yeah,
So I've actually heard
that
from pretty
one's
credible
fine.
people that this email was not leaked.
I just think that
you know,
some
why
of
lie
the
about it? Devious or
other
deceptive
ones don't really
tendencies.
fit.
Here he is quoted in that Rolling Stone article saying, I'm great at lying. But I want to focus in on this part where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, we will be hiring a new chief human resource officer, chief financial officer, interesting, and general counsel, along with other roles to add capacity and competencies to foster a better internal culture as we continue to grow. So what's interesting about this is that the only person named in an initiative to foster a better internal culture is Jeff Hausenbold. But what's ironic about this is that Jeff Hausenbold has been in the news previously
Why does he
for
smile
the
like
internal
Jimmy?
culture that he helped create.
I don't know. He looks like a AI version of
It's the same soulless, dead-eyed smile.
yeah. What's that one billionaire?
Oh, Zuckerberg,
Yeah.
the robot,
pre
reptilian man.
glow up, because if you've seen any recent pictures of him, he looks human now.
Oh, he looks human now. The AI update was
It was pretty
successful.
good. It was pretty good. He went from this to looking like an actual normal person.
Oh, yeah.
as managing partner at SoftBank Vision Fund. Here's New York Post. Nasty executives shaped macho culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. And here's Bloomberg Business Week. SoftBank Vision Fund employees depict a culture of recklessness. It has also been described as an environment of sycophancy and harassment. So seemingly all the problems that people have with Mrbeast's internal culture. But this Bloomberg article also goes to call Jeff out by name. Jeff Hausenbold collects cars, including a blue Ferrari, and claims to own a 20,000 bottle wine cellar, although he doesn't drink himself. Acquaintances describe him as
Oh my
smart,
God, not the
arrogant, and almost
fucking rich
entirely
man
lacking
laugh.
in self-awareness. He's also gotten away with some questionable behavior. In a discussion about whether to invest in the stationary bike startup Peloton in 2017, according to two people who were in the meeting, Hausenbold opined that its exercise equipment appealed in part to men who masturbated to its workout videos.
Okay. Dude, I want to jerk off! Interesting.
Fuck! I want to jerk off! Look at this!
SoftBank denied the claims, but it's an oddly specific thing for two people
Yeah, your jokes are hitting you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
The jokes are hitting you. They are not meant to be hitting you. Okay.
Yeah,
I just happen to know more about that. Also, streamers want his drama around it, a very thing to just not
Oh,
appreciate his out of context moments. Yes.
oh, okay. Would it be like the DSP leaving his camera on type situation?
No, no, he's just very prone to outbursts. Plus, I know that's pre-girlfriend him,
Uh,
era him too, and
ah.
that's also pre-breakup era him too.
Oh no.
Hey,
I was gonna say, did she
actually,
like tame him? But I guess
actually,
it didn't go
no,
great.
no, no, no. She wanted him to leave his successful career,
Oy,
and he decided not
oy.
to. But since he's like amazingly like a League of Legends character, everybody spun it to he picked League of Legends instead of a girlfriend.
I guess the correct choice.
In a weird way, it was, but like you can't say that and not take it seriously.
Uh,
And kind of feel like what do you mean you chose League over your girlfriend? Without context it looks like he's stupid, but with context you're like, oh, you really did make the
yeah.
good choice, but like damn.
Ye-
To make up a story about masturbating to Peloton workout videos. So yeah, maybe I don't see the vision with hiring this guy as the new president. Also, this is just what I can share right now. I do have more information that I'm trying to get out. Trying to get permission from the victims and everything. Also trying to save some things for when Mr. Beast responds. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.
Raccoon, trash panda.
He's trying to scare off the scary humans.
I loved it. Yeah,
That's why they do that. It's trying to scare away the scary humans.
well, ain't gonna lie. Oh,
This cover up is going.
did my oh, everything crashed. Hey YouTube, you guys are still here. Everything crashed for a couple seconds. Where's the collab screen? I can't fix it. Wow! YouTube, that has been my reaction to the Mrbeast secret CIO allegations by Dogpack. We have our, Vera still here in spirit, and oh wait, never mind. It's not picking up even my Discord audio. That also got. Well, no, ever since the crash, that means you're being picked up at the video. But yeah, it's just not picking up Discord right now. Oh, never mind. I picked up the wrong thing. Try it again. There you go. All right.
Technology has not been your friend in the last few days.
Hey, we got you. We got you back. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, as I was saying, that has been my reaction to Dogpack's new video. I enjoyed it more. It's very loosely, not as good as the last one. I will say we peaked at 2.
For sure.
Is it gonna be like most movies where the second one is their best and they just go worse from there?
Like, I hope not, because supposedly there's even more serious allegations coming, so I hope that he does a better job at the other ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you have been a member of r/whoosh with most of the jokes here, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. I don't think that they're funny. I kind of get what they're saying. I just don't think that they're funny.
Yeah, my humor is broken, so
Yeah.
it definitely hit the nail on me. But I am not something that's not something to be impressed by. Besides that, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out my Twitch as always. Besides that, goodbye, my lost souls.
Bye. Bye bye.